Okay, so let's look at another post on Korea's Eternity microsite. So, character tone correction story. So, the character colors are subtly different from Mabinogi. I transferred the Mabinogi character shader to Unreal Engine as is, but the character colors are different. Even if you test it unlit, the tone is different. So this is all about like the different like color tones and the way like lighting works and stuff like that. Leon Engine versus Unreal Engine Unlit versus Unreal Engine Mabinogi specific shader. So differences between Leon and Unreal Engine. We looked at 4 of the factors that affect color above. How do the 2 engines provide functionality for each of these 4? Properties of a material such as its reflection, absorption of light are defined by the material or shader in the game engine. For reference, in Unreal Engine, a material that has no effect on light at all is called unlit. And in this case, it always appears as the set color regardless of light. Let's assume this makes no difference since they said they ported the shaders from Leon to Unreal as is. So the remaining elements are lighting that affects directly and indirectly, and the results output by the monitor and the gamma correction or tone correction processing for them. The Unreal Engine that Mabinogi will be ported to has a lighting system called Lumen. Calculates direct and indirect lighting that affects the scene in real time. So here's the comparison results. This is before Lumen and this is after. And you can see the difference, how like this one's darker a little bit and this one looks a little bit brighter. This is a feature that was not present in the older Leon engine. The difference in the lighting system may affect the color. Another difference is that Mabinogi uses gamma correction, while Unreal Engine provides a system called Tone Mapper, which supports gamma correction and other correction methods. Differences in tone correction are also a factor affecting color, so it is important to look at the differences. Differences in troubleshooting of tone correction by Tone Mapper. Unreal Engine supports Tone Mapper as a function called post-processing. Filter effects that we use in cameras can also be considered as this type of post-processing function. In post-process, I was computing color correction instead of gamma correction with a color grade texture like below. The engine default was to use color correction unconditionally, so I modified it so that only gamma correction is calculated without using color correction by adjusting the relevant parameter values. As a result, we were able to confirm that the character was output with the same color as Leon Engine when using the unlit shader. So color comparison after tone correction of Leon Engine versus Unreal Engine Unlit versus Unreal Engine Mabinogi specific shader. And here you can see blinded. So these are the examples. This one's the Pleon Engine one, this one's the Unreal Engine Unlit, and this one's the Unreal Engine Mabinogi specific shader, it looks like. When you match the tone to the character, the background tone changes. So left when the tone is matched to the background, right when the tone is matched to the character. So here you can see the two examples, and you can sort of tell that the tone is a little bit different. If we could distinguish between characters and non-characters at the tone mappers stage that handles tone correction, wouldn't it be possible to make an exception so that only characters are not color corrected? So, character outlines. Character mask information recorded separately when drawing the character outline. And here you can see an example right here. With this character identification mask information, we were able to add the ability to adjust bloom separately for each character, as well as tone map correction. Control character specific tone map parameters. So from left to right we can see this image of Dilly's and how it changes with each tone being adjusted. And then down here we have character specific bloom parameter control. Lighting calculation differences and troubleshooting. Based on the results so far, we have confirmed that when created with the unlit shading model, it appears to have the same color as Pleon. Color comparison after tone correction of Pleon Engine versus Unreal Engine Unlit versus Unreal Engine Mabinogi specific shader. So from left to right we can see blinded again here. However, the character on the right that uses the Mabinogi specific shader still appears with different colors. So yeah, this one doesn't look quite right, it doesn't look like blended. Why can't we just use unlit? You might think like this. Unlit is a shader that is literally unaffected by lighting. So whether or not the character goes under the shadow of the tree, the fake lighting like above will always be visible. Yeah, I can see how that could be a problem. So there was a need to normalize the Mabinogi specific shaders to fit Unreal Engine. The goal is to have Mabinogi specific shader like Unlit express the same colors as Pleon, while also reflecting lighting and shadows. First of all, why does it look so dark? So, shadow map comparison. After looking into it, I found out that characters using Mabinogi specific shaders always appear dark because the shaders are implemented to cast shadows. I tried modifying it so that shadows are not always cast, but only when shadows are needed. And you can see the examples of that, here and here. Although it is brighter than the shadow area, the feeling of the area where light is calculated is more realistic than toon-like. Perhaps this is why shadows are always drawn when imported into Unreal Engine. In order to maintain the feeling of toon shading, I recorded the character's shadow color separately, and since it would be a waste to play with buffers not used in toon shading, I changed them to record lighting color and reflected shading results. Before editing, only lighting colors exist versus after editing, separate the shadow color and lighting color, then synthesize in tune style according to the shade. Shadows and basic lighting calculations are now guaranteed to be computed the same way as in Pleon engine. And here you can see like a character running, and how her shadow vanishes when she runs under the tree, but when she runs out from under the tree, you can see her shadow. So this just gives you an example. Next, when using the Mabinogi specific shader in the Lumen indirect lighting environment provided by Unreal Engine, we confirmed that the indirect lighting calculation results were too excessive and the character colors did not appear properly. So high versus low lumen influence on characters. And they have some examples here. This has been addressed by providing the ability to control lumen influence separately when using Mabinogi specific character shaders. Controlling character specific lumen parameters. So you can see how like the lighting is changing in this picture. And like the hair color and everything like that as they like adjust the settings for that. In this way, we have provided the ability to control background lighting and character lighting separately by providing character-only skylight influence parameters, point light character influence parameters, etc. Whether or not you're using lumens in this way. You can now set character-specific lighting separately from background lighting settings, allowing you to control the character's color tone without it looking too different from the background lighting. In conclusion, so far we have looked at the process of identifying and resolving the cause of the difference in character colors between Pleon and Unreal Engine. And I'm not sure when this post will be coming to the NA Eternity site. We do have 3 more posts coming to the NA Eternity site one on July 17th, one on July 24th, and one on July 31st, but doesn't say which ones are actually going to be posted here. So at some point this post will also be put on the NA Eternity site if you want to check it out. But if you want to read about it now, like I just did, you can go to the Korean website and click on their Eternity site button, and it'll take you here. You can use Google Chrome to translate all this, and it's right down here. Character tone correction story. All the posts about Eternity happen on the Korean Eternity site first, so if you want to read it right away, this is the place you should go. But it should be on the NA site by the end of July anyway. So let's look at another one of the new posts in the Mabinogi Korean Eternity section that just recently came out. I want to go straight to Dumbarton School. So what do you think of the new Dumbarton that was briefly shown at the showcase? As it was a town that I visited often, I think the Militians were also impressed by it, as it had many areas that needed improvement. Starting from the continent of Ulad, there are regions that can be visited at all times, such as the continent of Idia and Belvast, as well as regions that can only be visited during certain events. and then special regions that don't belong to any continent, like Avon. And this area is like at the end of Saga 2. In addition to areas that you, the Militians, can easily access on a regular basis, there are many areas internally. For example, there are areas that are only necessary for special situations such as missions or cutscenes. There are also areas that cannot be entered on a regular basis and can only be entered when carrying out a special quest, such as the mainstream. Due to various limitations in the existing Pleon engine, there were cases where similar looking areas were composed of multiple areas. There were also quite a few one-time event-only areas that were no longer used. Therefore, in the process of porting to Unreal, we had to decide which areas were essential and which areas should be improved first. Dunbarton, a representative village where many Militians come and go. The development room also poured out various ideas to improve Dunbarton to make it richer and more convenient. We were able to reorganize various elements, starting with the previously considered inconvenient paths. After several discussions with the planning and art workers, we established the following major criteria. So yeah, they really improved Dumbarton, and you can see that in the showcase. Dumbarton has many convenient facilities centered around the town square, but there are some areas that are inconvenient, such as having to go around in a circle. So like the Dumbarton Magic School at the moment, you have to like go far to the left and go up some steps and enter, or far to the right and go up some steps and enter right now, and there's this big ugly wall right here. Well, that's going to be going away, and so is that little wall right there, right in front of the doors to the magic school. And this is what's going to look like in Unreal. So some of those training dummies are gone. There's a big staircase here, so now you can just walk right up. And then the little barrier in the center of that entrance is now gone, so you can just walk right into the magic school. I think this looks really good. This is a really good update. And then the town office is also going to be improved a lot, so they're going to... Right now, these two boards are like kind of in the center, and there's like a staircase on the left and right side for accessing the town office. But now it looks like they're going to take out those two staircases, move those two boards all the way to the left here, and they're going to just put one big old staircase in the center, so that's great. I checked the traces of all NPCs that were standing in Dumbarton one by one and readjusted the place elements. I will leave it to your imagination to see how many NPCs were stationed in Dumbarton even for a moment. When I checked the location information, it would be difficult to plant a new tree or something in the place where our precious planet is standing. We also paid a lot of attention to areas that could further highlight the symbols or landmarks of Dumbarton Village. So here's the unicorn statue area. And here you can see Town Square. It's a little bit easier to see than it was in the showcase. But they have the symbol of Dumbarton in the center of Town Square now, right here. That's really cool. I think that's a nice touch. As you trade, you can see that the symbol of Dunbarton is a unicorn through the icon. The location of the unicorn square, where enchantments were entrusted long ago and concerts were held, has been moved to the center, and the stone statue has been upgraded. Okay, so this is gonna be like a different statue then. The central square where everyone gathers has also been beautifully engraved with the unicorn symbol, which again you can see right here. That looks very nice. The buildings that play important roles, such as the bell tower and the government office, have also been rebuilt, larger and more splendidly. The small garden and trees in front of the cathedral have also been arranged more beautifully. It would be even more enjoyable to gather with the guild members at this place overlooking the town square below. So yeah, this area looks very nice. In addition to this, the decorations on the stalls of shops placed in the town, the fountains, the vines growing on the buildings, the flowers blooming under walls, even the smallest details were decorated to create a lovely, beautiful Dunbarton. So yeah, these are the changes to Dunbarton in Unreal, and personally I think they did a very good job. This looks very good. It still looks like Dunbarton, and it not only looks better, it is better. They actually fixed some of the flaws with it without drastically changing the way Dunbarton is. So that's very good. Okay, so we'll be looking at another post in the Eternity section on the Korean site called Materials That Exist in Erin. So just like the real world we live in, there are objects and materials with various textures in Erin. Among the various technical supports we are carrying out in this article, I will talk about how materials implemented in the Pleon engine are being refined in the Unreal Engine environment. So entering. As mentioned above, Erin has various textures such as skin, fur, fabric, stone, metal, and fluid. So things in development. It can be broadly divided into materials used for the environment and materials used for characters. Let's first look at materials used for the environment. So, vegetation. There is more to consider with plants than you might think. The color of the leaves and stems, and the degree to which they change depending on the surrounding environment. Shaking handling for physical collisions and optimization using various techniques depending on density all need to be sufficiently prepared in advance. Since Pleon Engine does not support parallel processing, there were limitations in vividly rendering vegetation. The Unreal Engine can utilize technologies such as multi-threading and object instancing, so it is possible to create vivid vegetation communities to draw Erin more richly. So here you can see like some of the examples. So fluid. Fluid substances like water also have various states depending on the environment. These calculations were also not easy in the past specifications, so there was a limit to expressing them using texture animation or sprite sequence. Eternity plans to actively improve these areas. Personally, I am really serious about expressing water more beautifully. So yeah, water is gonna get a lot better. And you can see some pictures of it down here. Translucent object. The Eternities project uses Unreal Engine's deferred rendering method to draw the screen. Deferred rendering allows for high-quality results using various techniques. But drawing translucent or clear objects is still difficult to implement. Of course, in Pleon Engine, it was almost impossible to even try to give texture to translucent objects, but in Eternity, our TAs are struggling today to create translucent texture that suits Mabinogi by mixing real-world reflection characteristics with NPR expressions. So here you can see some translucent bubbles here by the Dumbarton Bank. So dying. In Pleon Engine we used a unique parameter called illumination color that only exists in 3D's Max, a 3D authoring tool for dyeing things. Since this can no longer be used in Unreal Engine due to changes in the 3D file format, we implemented the dyeing function without significantly changing the existing character creation pipeline through a roundabout method using several techniques. So here you can see like a picture of some wings. And these are like ribbon wings. And here we have a fox, so hair. And they're using a fox as an example for that. There are many ways to express fur, but we wanted to draw it only with materials while minimizing modifications to the existing model. In the current Mabinogi, fur is expressed with textures carefully created by artists, but it is not enough to convey the sense of volume. So we are currently developing so that various fur textures can be expressed. Ultimately, we want to give Pan abundant and realistic clothes. And here you can see like what the fox looks like with more realistic fur in the game. So in conclusion, I briefly introduced the main materials under development. I am trying to show you a more wonderful version of Aaron in your imagination. So yeah, this was pretty good. It's interesting to see like how they're redoing like all the textures for like plants and characters and clothing and stuff like that, because and water, because like it is a lot of work. Alright, let's play some Mabinogi. So, let's see, what are we gonna do today? We're gonna do the daily event thing, hunting down the Pinata. We're gonna do our daily dungeons, and we're gonna do some commerce. These next 2 or 3 streams are just going to be mostly like doing event stuff and making gold. So let's go to Dumbarton and figure out what the daily dungeons are. And I will probably be switching to my giant character on either Friday, for Friday's stream this week, or Monday. I'm not sure which. So it's time to finally get to that. Prepare for Blast Lancer. So Coil is the veteran dungeon today. What kind of shadow missions do we have? Let them fight. And their method, okay. Their method is the zombie one, isn't it? I think so. How many personal shops do we have here, too? This one's always open here on Channel 4. Yeah, those ears are kind of cool. I don't know, though, the wiggling tiger ear headband has become one of my favorite types of like cat ears to use. I just really like the shape of the ears and the way they look on my characters.
돌리고 이랬으면.
Okay, so we have Coil for the veteran dungeon. What do you have? Wait, how long before that expires? A minute? Okay, it's gonna expire. But Coil and okay, we're not doing Pika Dungeon, so we're not doing the normal daily dungeon. So just the veteran one then. Gathering? Base herbs. I think that's the one from yesterday, but I'll still do it. Let's go do the daily gathering now. Oh yeah, and today is Wednesday, so at nighttime you can get your gold mushrooms. Either at the forest in Dugald Isle, the Karu Forest, or on your homestead if you have the stumps for it. Alright. We need 2 more, so we'll get these ones. Done. I think. Yeah, there we go. Check that off. Okay, let's get some passes. Looks like we got 2 of each. Alright, we'll get rid of those. Oops. So let's go do the Tara mission. On Elite. And nothing over there. Here's a group. Oh, you're there. This is why you have to check like every corner on the way to town square. Never know where they're gonna try and hide. Use that shadow crystal. Alright, let's take on the boss. And we're done. Spirit gems, reforged tools. Looks like that's about it. So, daily Tara shadow mission is done. Very nice. Let's pull that off. We still have a little bit of time left before the 9 AM Pinata, so let's go to Cobb and do my dailies there real quick for some adventure seals. Oh, that's that starfishing chair that was released. Like, with the events and Battle Astrologer and stuff like that. And that came out. Okay, so give Maddock 5 large nails, that's done. Madeline wants a striped marlin fish, which are super cheap on the auction house, or you can just fish for one here. So we stocked him with one in our inventory. All done. Actually, this may be the last time I ever do this daily with this character, so I should move all my fish to a pet so I can use it on another character. Let's put all my striped marlin in here. This is the pet I used to keep them in before I had a fish bag. So we're gonna fill them up with fish. I want to keep an eye on the time too, so we'll have the clock overlap that inventory. Oops. There we go. Finally, that's a lot of fish. I have no idea why I have this blacksmith manual. Maybe I was just working on leveling the skill a long time ago. And since we're here, we'll also pick up our daily trade quest. What do we have today? Make 3,000 seasonal ducats in profit. That's gonna be super easy because we're gonna do a lot of commerce later on. And let's go Belvast and pick up Kinu's Revenge as well. I always skip over Belvast when selecting the maps. This redone song for Mabinogi Mobile is like one of the best. They do a really good job with the trumpet in this one. Okay, so now we have Kinu's Revenge. Let's go to the event NPC. And then we're gonna have him send us to the Pony Pinata for the daily.
헌금이 좀 줄었네.
Oh wow, a lot of people waiting for it. Let's get spell lock ready. And maybe a fully charged thunder. Okay, where's he gonna appear at? Almost time. Come on, where are you? It's appeared, but where? Could be a little bit further over this way. We're searching around for it. There it is. Okay. It's good enough. Usually no one bothers defeating it anymore because you don't really have to. Let's feed my spirit weapon while we wait for the game to notice that I'm out of combat. %59%. Very nice. Then we'll put this on as a secondary weapon. And then Scythe. And Orb. Because we're going to do our veteran dungeon as soon as we turn this in. Alright, so that's 14 out of 20 times. So 6 more times. And we have Coil Dungeon to do. I haven't really decided if I'm going to continue doing the event on stream when I switch characters. I may just like do a little bit with Xanafiedneko before we, each day before we start working on the giant character. Or I may just do the rest of the event for that off stream, since Xanafiedneko is the one that's registered for it. Alright, veteran dungeon time. Let's summon these doll bags up. And let's go. Alright, it's time for the boss. So, I think it's just a headless and a giant fireball sprite and some gremlins. Yeah. So that's what we have to deal with here. The fireball sprite and the gremlins are pretty easy. Let's deal with as many of these guys as we can first. Ow. Oh. Gotta watch out for that. Okay, let's get that one next. Got him. Okay, we're gonna switch to magic. Let's lure that one here. And that one. Alright, 2 out of 3 meteors. Let's use this. That gremlin will just die in the process, being so close. Then when that gets to full, we can do one more. So we took out about 20% of his health with that. Meteor. And done in 40 minutes and 54 seconds. So let's go ahead and get this chest. Ancient magic powder, smoldering thread, spirit gems, a ruby. And reforge tools. All right. We didn't find any fine leather, so that's kind of a bummer, but that's about it. It's the only letdown. One more thing I better do real quick, actually. Taking a screenshot. Oh wait, and yeah. Wait, this is a screenshot. Here, we'll do another one. Because when I move characters, I want to like know where all these skills are, like down here, and like where a lot of this stuff is up here. So, because a lot of this stuff is going to go in the same spot. That's why. It is after 5 p.m. I don't think there'll be a new announcement. I think we just have the maintenance. Let's see if there's anything new on the website. Sometimes they post an update on Wednesdays. I kind of wish that they would, I kind of wish that they would have like a live stream in the NA where they go over the live stream in Korea, like we did that one year when they first announced Unreal. How they brought like someone on to basically like translate some of the live stream and stuff. I kind of wish they would do something like that again for the NA, but that hasn't happened since they announced Unreal, which was like, what, 2 years ago? Be kind of cool if they did that again. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything new on the Korean website. I noticed like a little bit before I started streaming today that they were down for maintenance and I couldn't check their site. But it looks like just a few things ended and it was just a standard maintenance. So all the big stuff happens at the New Rise. So again, this is on Saturday, June 21st in South Korea, and this is going to be starting at 1500 and going on till 1700, so over there it's going to be starting at 3 p.m. and going on until 5 p.m., the live stream part of their fantasy party, and it's going to be on YouTube. And for anyone that's watching in the US, that's going to be at 11 p.m. on Friday night until like 1, and 1 a.m. on the 21st. So yeah, we have it on the 20th at 11 p.m. going on until the 21st at 1 a.m. And for anyone that's on the East Coast, it starts at like I think 2 in the morning on the 21st. So if anyone's actually interested in watching this live, then you know, you can do that if you check in at one of those times. And then like a couple hours later, you'll have the option to like set the closed captioning. Once it becomes available, you can set closed captioning to auto translate, and then you can actually understand like what they're talking about. But for the actual live stream, unless you speak Korean, you'll just have to go off of the visuals. Which I'm definitely gonna do. I'm gonna watch this Friday night. So yeah, that's coming up. And no new news on the NA website. I didn't even really pay that much attention, but I guess the maintenance was on Wednesday. So I guess having maintenances on Wednesdays is going to be like a normal thing now, instead of Thursdays. That's going to take a while for me to get used to. I'm always used to it being on Thursday, but if it's Wednesday now, then I guess after a year or so I'll probably adjust to that. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything new here. Just this gacha that I looked at yesterday, which I don't think I'm definitely not gonna play it, but do I want to buy anything from it, like from the auction house? I mean, these swords are kind of cool, but that's about it. I kind of like this sword the best, the one on the far left. I don't know, these designs on the blade do look like kind of cool to a certain degree, but I kind of prefer the blade that doesn't have the design on the side. And like the dragon wrapped around it too, or whatever that is, that looks kind of cool too, but I don't know, a sword is a sword. So I prefer the more basic look. I wonder how much those are going for. Let's find out. Let's actually check. Was it case sensitive or something? Oh, come on, I know we got it right. Hang on. Okay, we're just gonna do this then. That's weird. The item should have gone on sale today. So, for some reason it's not appearing in the search. Maybe no one's listed it yet. Let's take a look at Misk, maybe? Appearance scrolls, or those things at... Consumables, I guess? Here, we'll just look up appearance scroll. Whoops. And that time my spelling actually was awful. Let's see if we can find any of those new weapons there. Raving Rabbit Shuriken. I think I saw that, but... meh. Doesn't look that good. Wait, if you use an umbrella appearance scroll on a blunt weapon, can you use the umbrella, like, jumping action with it? Probably not. Probably need a real umbrella for that. Oh, because it's two-handed? Yeah, okay, and I'm an elf, that's why I can't preview that one. I might not be able to, preview the new blades if I find them, because I think those might be two-handed as well. Wasn't paying attention. Not really a blade, that looks more like it's just a blunt weapon. Kind of weird. It's not a sword. I mean, it's closer to a scimitar than anything else. That's okay, I guess. Well, let's start at the most expensive, because if the new ones are anywhere, they'd be up here, I think. What is that, two-handed? Some of these are from the Unlimited Blade Works crossover event. That was a long time ago. See why those are so expensive. Oh wow, the Yggdrasil staff appearance scroll. I actually have that used on one of my staves on another character. I love the way that looks. So it doesn't surprise me that these are so expensive. Like, that's one of the best looking staffs in the game. Yeah, but it doesn't look like anything from the new gacha is up here yet. Is that one of those two-handed swords that elves can use? Probably not. No, that's what I thought. What, and that's used on a sword? Or a fishing pole? Huh. Because I think we only have one fishing rod appearance scroll, the one from the recent Doki Doki event, which does work on constellation rods, so that was kind of cool to find out. What does Ubel's staff look like? Oh, okay, it's a lance. I should finish watching Free Ren. I got like 3 or 4 episodes in and I stopped. But not because I didn't like the anime, more because I just like got distracted. So maybe I'll pick that up again. Okay, let's put this back over here. And we're gonna do commerce for pretty much the rest of the stream, I think. So let's go ahead and get a speed potion. Go ahead and grab that. And we'll feed my spirit weapon too really fast because we got some stuff here. Not that matters. I don't think I'll level her up much more than like one more level. It won't be the complete end of Xanafiedneko. Like, I do have plans to eventually like return and work on like Xanafiedneko and Xanafied Cat, like in the future, but his main journey is over, for now at least. Uncle Irby, welcome to the stream. So where should we commerce from? Let's go ahead and check out... I always like checking out Core Village first, because I like using the speed potions over there for those long distances, if they have coracle rubber. And even after like my elf days come to an end too, like I'll definitely continue using Xanafiedneko for like airship commerce and stuff if any groups like want an elf for that. Okay, let's see what you guys got. I do need to do some commerce in Ulad for Kinu's Revenge. So I guess, yeah, I guess we'll just start in Ulad then, because there's no coracle rubber. So let's see if they have any alchemy crystals at Tailton. Crap, I shouldn't have cancelled that alpaca summon. Let's summon this one. Yeah, I do like this catnip title. That event was a lot of fun. The cat event with like Bishop and everything. No alchemy crystals. We could take these barrier spike ones to Bangor. I guess we'll do that. Let's move that up there. A little higher. A little higher. I'll hold off on using the speed potion for a little bit because I have to encounter bandits on purpose for now. Gotta get a boss ogre for that King's Revenge one. Oh yeah, and let's get one of, wait, not you. The, commerce stall bags. There we go. Oh wow, and an ogre showed up right away, so that's nice. Okay, we're done with that. And speed potion, because now we're gonna avoid bandit encounters. Oh, I can't dodge this one. Itchy eyes is no fun. Might need like some eye drops or something for that. A lot of ancients out here. Well, that one's pretty close to the door. I don't know if I can... No, I can't get around them. Crap. It's pretty cheap of them to hide that close to the doorway. It's not really that these bandits are a challenge, it's just more that they're a waste of my time to take out. Like they're wasting seconds on my speed potion. Oh yeah, it's 9 AM. Pony Pinata's here. But I already got what I need from that one. No, too many ancients. There's only so many ancients I can stand looking at. At least the bandits kind of shoot themselves in the foot when they appear on, like, this narrow bridge, one of these two narrow bridges, because, like, the space is so small that they have, like, no room to move around, so it's really easy to just, like, destroy them. And there's Bangor. Mabinogi Mobile just finished, like, releasing Bangor. Looks pretty good. There's, like, a trailer for it. Frosty, welcome to the stream. So we'll sell this stuff here. And is that enough to finish the daily trade? Yeah, so that's done. Let's go to E-Main and trade something from there next. Sure, ask any question. Let's see, this goes for 46 in Bangor, so I'll take that there, or the butterbeer. Okay, triple pasta it is, so we'll take that. Well, Mabinogi, I have no idea. Like, that's one of the many mysteries of Mabinogi that will be left unsolved. You should ask Duncan about that. I mean, he's been around a long time, and he had a girlfriend or a love interest at some point. There was like a girl that like became a Dark Knight that he was like close friends with. Hey, there might be some truth to that. I do love my keyboard. Like, the keyboard that I have is, it's great. It is a question that kind of makes you wonder, though, because, like, there aren't too many, like, new, you don't really hear, like, a lot of stories about, like, new babies, like, even being born in Erin, like, among, like, the, citizens. Like, sure, Militians are from other worlds, it's perfectly logical, like, why they don't bother, but, like, after 27, 28 generations, like, Duncan doesn't have, like, a son or a grandson to, like, take over as, like, the chief of Tirconale or something. Uh, 46. So we'll sell that here. Okay, I'm gonna check core one more time for stuff. And then if not, then we'll see what they have at Cobb. Okay, so let's go check out Cobb then. Scales, we can take those to Tara for 113 and jellyfish for 80. Yeah, we'll do that. So let's go to Tara next. Well, the real secret is that everyone is actually robots. So there you go. No one's really human, we're just AI that are made to believe that we're human. Yeah, looks like an ancient. Let's take those bunk beds to tour. Oh right, and we're gonna use a camel for that, because they're better for weight. Okay, we're gonna check Core Village one more time, and then if they don't have what I'm looking for here, then I think we'll make a trip overseas from like maybe Philia to somewhere in Ulad, or maybe from Dumbarton somewhere over here in Idia. Still no coracle rubber. Okay. Well, let's go to Philia and see if they have any of that Philia style jerky that we can sell. 'Cause that stuff sells good. We could take that to Tara for like a big profit. Oh, they don't have any in stock, okay. Well then, let's go to Dumbarton and look into trading from there. Wow, they don't have anything valuable here. So maybe all the good stuff to trade is gone. So maybe that whole barbecue bear is a E-man. We could trade that for a lot. Let's see if they have any. Only 8, that's not enough. Okay, so I guess we'll check out Vales then. I'm trying to find like a place that has some Good stuff to trade. Also, be kind of nice if there was a mana tunnel a little bit closer to the trading post out here. Alright, let's take off. Fly right over there. They probably don't have any Vale's vodka, huh? Ooh, they do! I got lucky. We found something. Alright, so let's take this to Philia for 546. This will be one of our bigger runs. Okay, good. So this is still worth 546 here. So I'm glad that price didn't drop. Let's go ahead and sell that Vale's vodka, which we got lucky on that they had. 110,000 gold. And what about this? Ooh, yeah, let's take some of that. So we're gonna take some Phileas-style jerky over to Ulad. And... we'll take that to Tara for 935. Everything now depends on like when we get there. So the length of the boat ride. If the boat ride is going to be like pretty short and quick, if we get lucky, then we will probably do like 1 or 2 more short rounds of commerce in Ulad after that. If it's going to be a really long boat ride, then this might just be the like the last round of commerce we do for the day. I don't know. We'll just see what time we get to Tara and what time we get to Ulad. This Mabby track is pretty cool. It sounds like something that could be like in a Final Fantasy game. Like an old one, just kind of has that feel to it. Like maybe like an airship track or something. All right. Go down there. Nice, so we'll make over 600k gold today, I think. Like when we sell this, we'll have over 600k. Someone must have like altered the sand. That whole wave looks interesting. Okay, Port Conus. The cat port. I still kind of wish I could go out to that lighthouse and like see it. When we get to Unreal, it'd be cool if there was like a swimming mechanic so I could swim out there. Okay, so we got about 2 minutes before we can board, and then 6 minutes after that before it takes off, and then 4 minutes to get there. So yeah, we're looking at about 12-ish minutes in total. And then maybe another 8 to 10 minutes to get to Tara. I don't know. Depends on how many bandit encounters. Ooh, that's a cool alpaca. Which one was that one? Is that like a rare skin? Maybe it's just the angle. I mean, not alpaca, camel. That was a cool camel skin. Wonder what kind of cat that one is. Maybe some sort of Bengal or a tabby or something? That one's cool. The lazy cat. If we could fish here, I would have that title, the lazy cat. Because I'd just spend all my time fishing here. Alright, we have a bit of time before the ship departs. So, let's work on some puzzles. Check the auction house while the ship is moving. And just like that. There's also a part 2 to the minigames update. Korea got it like a couple months ago. Like, we only have part 1. So eventually all these minigames will get updated. Over here. Do that, put that back there, and then that over there. Perfect. Let's do another one. Okay, now let's pull all this back to where it belongs. There we go. Wait. there. Pull that over, put that one up there. Okay, we're basically done with this one. Done. And there we go. I don't think I have time for another puzzle, so we'll just do some rematch. Oh wow, I wasn't expecting to actually finish that on time. And 4 more minutes before we get to Port Cian. So let's check out the auction house next. What do we have here? What do I want to look at? Maybe chairs? Igloo fishing chair. I hope they bring back the ice fishing event. I like that one. That's what that one's from. It was a prize from the very first ice fishing event. That's cool how this, even the cups have the little logo from the, like, coffee event. It's a nice detailed ad. Fancy. Alright, let's go to Tara. Are we still going there? Is that the best spot? No, Tailton, 929. Okay, then we'll head there instead. So what's the best way to do that? Doesn't really matter, I guess. Yeah, I guess we'll just go through the Senmag, through Emain, and through Blago Prairie. And then maybe we'll do like one small round to Turconail right after that from Tara. If I feel like it, I don't know yet. Go around. I don't want to fight that bandit. Well, actually, I suppose bandits would be master levels, so they would be tough. So at least they'll pay out well. I guess I'll fight a few of them as long as I still have Meteor. To finish them off quickly. Alright, we're finally in Tara, so yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sell this stuff here, and then we're going to make one small run to Turconale. And then that'll be it. And then tomorrow or Friday could be Xanafiedneko's last live stream. Okay, so this is worth... Oh wait, that's right, the price changed. I forgot about that. Good thing I caught myself here. So this stuff is actually $9.29 at Tailton. So on second thought, we won't be making another run after this. I forgot that it was worth more in Tailton. We're gonna sell this in Tailton and then we're gonna be done, I think. Ah, crap, I guess I have to fight these guys. Come on, get the gold. There we go. Alright. I was saving that other meteor just in case another group of bandits showed up out here, but it looks like we're in the clear. Unless they show up now, which would be kind of pain to deal with. What, now the price dropped at Tilton? Are you kidding? Come on, decide on where it's gonna sell for the most at. I just came from the Tara area. Now I have to go all the way back there. Alright, fine, 720. That sucks. Would have gotten a lot more for it if the price didn't drop here. Okay, let's sell this. Trade. Yeah. So we made 70k. We would have made over 100k off that if it was still worth like 900 in Tailton. So that's why it sucks that the price changed like that. But oh well. Alright, so now we have 643. That's good. Not as good as yesterday, but it's good. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. So many skill bars and stuff. Eventually, I'm just, like, with my giant character, I'm gonna have to have the second skill bar thing that goes right here, because there's so many arcana now and so many talents and stuff that, like, you know, what do we have? Like 8 bars? Like, that's not enough. It'd be nice if they could add, like, a small update, to, like, make it so we had, like, 10 to 12, like, skill bars here instead of 8 to cycle through. Even if you could, like, turn that off in, like, the options or something for people that want fewer. Okay, let's repair stuff too real quick. Take a little bit of our winnings here and get some repairs done. That was cheaper than I thought they'd be. But today is Wednesday, so things like that cost a little bit less on Wednesdays. Oh yeah, and did I ever collect on that fine leather I sold like the other day? No, I didn't. Let's get that too. Alright. So we're gonna wrap up the live stream around here for today. And we will be starting the giant character to get ready for Blast Lancer on either Friday or Monday. I don't know which day yet, but we'll see what happens. And also, the fantasy party in Korea is this weekend, so I will be making a video going over the important parts on that, and then 5 or 6 days after that, they will update their Eternity section with a lot of new posts, which I am really looking forward to going over, and I will release a ton of videos about that too. So, yeah, it's late June when all the good stuff happens. So we'll definitely be taking a look at what they've been doing in the past 6 months with Project Eternity.